Well, hello and good morning. It's time for a little positivity or positivity. You see behind me, Yuppy Puppy Pet Spa. That's where we are this morning. We are in the Cottleville location. We're actually going to be visiting not just with Jessica Cooke, the owner of Yuppy Puppy Pet Spa and Yuppy Puppies Forever Rescue, but we have a chiropractor, an animal chiropractor. Now, if any of you have ever followed, I think it's Dr. Bones or something like that on Instagram. He has millions of followers, and we sit there. There's one in particular. It's a Rottweiler, I think, that is maybe the very first time that he ever adjusts him. And when he does it, it cracks me up because you'll be able to see the reaction. I think it's this guy there. Yeah, on the left. Look at the reaction on the dog's eyes. He's getting ready to adjust him, and then right as he does it, he looks up at him like, oh, that feels good. And I think he's German, so you hear him go, das gut, das gut. And every one of the animals is like, oh, and they start running around. They feel better, just like we do. Well, we're going to talk about adjustments, not just for injuries, but from a chiropractic standpoint. I think a lot of you have heard in the past how it helps with illnesses and internal organs and everything that changes when you're in alignment. You know, we want you to be balanced and in alignment in life. Well, that's what we're going to talk about. And if you remember, we featured Jalapeno. Jalapeno is actually, sometimes he's got those wheels because his back and his legs are injured in the back, but he's been doing so great. Dr. Tyler has been working with him. Jalapeno's been doing water therapy, and he's actually able to stand on his own. Last time I heard it was like 10, 15 minutes at a time, and then back to the wheels, and he just flies around. So we'll see how fast he's going to be in this space that we're in today. So we'll be featuring them. Again, it'll be Jessica and Dr. Tyler in just a little bit. We're going to give you a little news you can use. I've got some sports news. Did you watch the Cardinals game? Did you turn it off in the seventh inning? Then you didn't see what happened, and it was exciting. So I'll get to that in just a second. But first, your weather. And tomorrow, by the way, we will be back and featuring our aspiring meteorologist, Beckett Moore. He'll be back with us. And as we go into the weekend, he'll be talking about the hot weather. But I just heard something from one of my staff saying that we're going to bypass fall and get into winter. Excuse me, that did not sit well with me. So I'm going to see if Beckett says the same thing. All right, weather-wise today, 81 for the high. Some of you, by the way, are in the upper 40s this morning. 49, I heard, in one area. Otherwise, it's low 50s. Our high, though, 81. We'll drop to 62 tonight. 90, we start to get a little warmer tomorrow, and then really as we get into next week. 90 for Friday, 91 for Saturday. Then on Sunday, a very slight chance of rain. But look at the temperature going back up, 94, 96 on Monday with a heat index of 102. So it's the feel temperature of 102. 95 on Tuesday, and then by the time we get to Wednesday, it will be 93. Again, if you're just tuning in this morning, good morning to you. Let me know where you're watching from, what platform as well. We like to know because we are on Facebook, YouTube, X, Rumble, and Instagram. And today is also the day that we drop a podcast recording, and that will be a very powerful one with Ferguson, Missouri Police Chief Troy Doyle. If you did not see that, I want you to hear the message about uniting not just Ferguson and not just St. Louis, but our world. What you're looking at here is actually Baldwin. How cool is this? St. Louis County City named one of the hottest zip codes in America. And people living in Baldwin are like, yeah, we knew it. Come on into our area. Realtor.com ranked Baldwin second in its 10th annual Hottest Zip Codes report. Gahanna, Ohio took the top spot with Salem, Massachusetts, Basking Ridge, New York, and Rochester, New York, rounding out the top 5. You know, I've listened to those, and when I was in news, did a lot of stories about different zip codes in our area. I know at one point, I think O'Fallon, Missouri was on there. Lake St. Louis, I think, is like one of the safest. So a lot of things out west. But congratulations, Baldwin. You're in there. Okay, and then in sports news, the Cardinals. This is what I was telling you. If you turned it off in the 7th inning, or if you left the game and you were at the game against the Brewers, you didn't realize this was the outcome. It was actually, the Cardinals were down at one point, 4-2. They tie it up at 4. Then they're behind 6-4. And then the end result, what an exciting 7th inning on. They end up pulling out a winner, 10-6, again, against the Brewers. Congratulations to our St. Louis Cardinals. Same two teams today, actually. It's a 1:15 first pitch. And then the Cardinals play the Twins tomorrow. That game is at 7:10. All right, let's see who's on. We'll welcome you. If you are new to the show, I'm always looking at questions and comments from all of our platforms. So I want to make sure that you are heard and seen. Sean Fitzgerald, good morning to you. Good morning, Debbie. Kathleen, good morning. Marilyn, make sure you, thank you. I would have forgotten. So Marilyn is such a doll. She dropped off a gift here for us at Yuppy Puppy. I'll be sure to do that. Marilyn, thank you so much for the reminder. Sean, you were at the Cardinals game. Did you stay? Because sometimes people are like, forget it. They're out of here. We're going to move. We're going to get out of the traffic. Did you stay, Sean? I hope you saw that exciting win. Good morning to Kathy as well. And let me really quick before we take a break. Yes. Okay. Wanted to bop over and make sure nobody was asking anything on Instagram. X and Instagram has a tendency to watch and be a little quiet. Don't be quiet. I would love to hear what you have to say. Okay. Have any of you ever taken your dog to an animal chiropractor? I have not from a chiropractic standpoint, but my dog used to get acupuncture. And in fact, she had grand mal seizures. And of course, I was right away told that she had to be put on phenobarbital. And I said, no, I don't want, because all I ever heard was that would kind of make her zombie-esque. And I was like, it's going to change the personality of my dog. And they said, well, you have to. I had 3 doctors that said that until one didn't. And that doctor was very forward thinking and said, have you ever thought of trying acupuncture? And I was like, someone's going to do acupuncture on my dog? Well, I had an incredible physician that did it on humans and on animals. Guess what, folks? This is just an awareness for all of you that sometimes you have to maybe marry traditional and functional medicine. I think that's the true balance of life. I think more physicians need to think that way. Well, she had one acupuncture treatment, about an hour long, and got on some Chinese herbs. She never had a seizure again. She kept going to the acupuncturist probably, I'd say 6-7 times, and then was on these Chinese herbs, and then never, ever had a seizure again. So what a wake-up call of the fact that I could have put my dog on phenobarbital. And yes, I'm sure that would have helped her, but it also would have completely changed her personality, which I didn't want. So from an acupuncture standpoint, from a chiropractic standpoint, all these exciting things that you can look into when maybe other things aren't working. Just an idea for you. Lisa McKeever, good morning to you. Sean, you left? You didn't see the end of the game. See, that's what I was talking about. I'm sorry that happened. All right, it's 7:08. We're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we are going to visit with Jessica Cooke first. I'm going to check in and see how things are going with the upcoming gala that our team will be a part of. I'm really proud to MC an auctioneer that is going to be in October. And I'm blanking on the date. I think it's the 19th. We'll confirm that with her. And it's going to be at Whitmore Country Club. So if you haven't purchased your tickets yet, I'd love for you to be there. Also, we will introduce you to Dr. Tyler. He's the chiropractor, and he is going to work on jalapeno and show us the wonderful things that he can do. I also have my staff here I always want to thank. We've got Ashlyn, who's always here with us, as well as Kelsey. She's out manning the camera. There's the front, if you've never been here, of the Cottleville location. That's who we're going to be talking to, Dr. Tyler and Jessica right there. And they are officially open, by the way. They open up at 7 o'clock, so I'm sure some dog parents will be dropping off their doggies very soon for boarding, for grooming, etc. Marilyn says, chapter 13 is be kind. There we go. That's what I always say, right? It is so us. I want to thank Michelle, who put together a couple of new promos for us. Enjoy these. I know you love my mom. She's here, by the way, in the background. We've got mom here. We've got Jenny here, who I've been raving about. She's new to our team. And then we've got Kelsey and Ashlyn. So full house. We're having a lot of fun. I want you to watch this and tell me just how fun you think this is. Michelle, again, thanks for putting this together. This is my wonderful role model, one of my best friends.
She said, oh my gosh, you got a long life. You could probably live to be 130 or something. And I said, oh God, I hope not.
It's getting hot in here. Don't take off all your clothes.
I'm not going to take off my clothes. On the radio tape, going to
Kansas City, Kansas City, here I come. We're going to speak. We're not going to spank anybody. We're going to speak about knowing your value. And then I'm going to
I'm going to spank them.
If you don't know your value and you don't grab hold of how important you are, I'm going to spank you. Folks, you never know what you're going to get with her.
I'm excited to announce my all-new mattress topper. In the times we're in, I wanted to bring you the best affordable mattress topper ever. So I took my two best technologies and combined them to make the ultimate mattress topper. And now you can get it for as low as $69.98. Queen size only $99.98. It all starts with my famous MyPillow foam that provides you that overall full body support. Second is the individual comfort supports that give you an amazing custom sleep experience. It's like it's made specifically for you. The queen size alone has over 14,000 comfort supports. This is the perfect mattress topper to improve any bed. New bed, old bed, your guest beds. Get them for every bedroom in your house. Go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to get the all-new My Mattress Topper for as low as $69.98. Queen size only $99.98. Don't delay, order today.
All right, welcome back. We're all giggles. We're all laughing. We always do. We have such a good time, and we hope you do as well. Tell everybody we're on. We've got about, 37 of you on live right now. Multiple platforms that you can watch from: Facebook, YouTube, X, Rumble, Instagram. And feel free to give a shout out. If you bring your doggies here, let us know. We're going to introduce you to a friend of hers who is a chiropractor. She actually told me about this a while back, and I was like, an animal chiropractor's here in our area. And the reason I said that, Jessica, I had told you that I followed this guy on Instagram. I think it's Dr. Bones. And I mentioned the look of the eyes of the dog on the left.
Yeah.
As soon as he gets adjusted, he's like,
yes.
oh, yeah, that feels good. So you see that here, right?
We definitely see it. It makes such a huge difference.
So how long have you and Dr. Tyler been working together?
Oh gosh, I would say about 4 or 5 years.
Oh.
I met him at the barn where I board my horse, and I have an elderly horse, and he has done wonders for him. And my horse is going to be 26 years old.
Wow.
And because of Tyler and all the mobility, and he can pinpoint exactly what is needed. And I've seen him make such a huge difference with a lot of our seniors here in Jalapeno. And then he also gives us exercises to do in between. So by following those guidelines and doing that rehab in between makes a huge difference.
Absolutely. And that's a really big thing to say, because that's no different than training that takes place here. You can't just have it done here and then you don't continue to do the work at home, right? That's the important aspect of it. So he does a lot of work with horses, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Primarily with horses. He goes to barns. We'll do travels all over when there's shows going on, and high performance horses, retired horses, pretty much just to make that mobility and just make them just a great aspect of providing for your animal.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, if you're just tuning in, Jessica Cooke, the owner of Yuppy Puppy Pet Spa, 2 locations. We're at the Cottleville location. They also have one off Wing Haven in O'Fallon. And then it's the rescue component that we're always talking about. Jalapeno's been here too long, folks. I want you to share this after you see him. So I always follow your posts on Instagram and the other socials. But last time I saw Jalapeno, he was, I think, right outside this door, and he was standing on his own. And you had said by 10 minutes, has that progressed any longer than that?
Yeah, he can definitely. So when he came to us, he hardly had any mobility in his upper body, let alone his back body was completely dragging. He was carrying all the weight on his front. So that was providing pain up in the shoulder blades when you're constantly doing a push-up. And then through adjustments and water therapy, massage, using the sling, all the tools that Tyler has given us, he don't even try to put him in his wheelchair anymore. He's too mobile for it. He will pop right out, kick. He can get out of it. So we use a sling. In the morning, he's definitely more mobile, feeling good. But yeah, he goes outside. He's actually arching his back to go potty outside. So he has all those feelings. Just amazing progression.
And that's the thing that you all need to understand, because people will say, oh, poor dog, they're just not going to be mobile. And you're like, whoa, that's not true. That actually might be a detriment to him, though, because if someone does want a dog that's got wheels, they expect it to be very, very slow. Right? It's kind of a catch-22 with Jalapeno.
He is not slow.
Exactly.
He is
Wait
not
till you
slow.
all meet him. He'll be in here shortly. So he's been here with you how long?
He's been with us since the 4th of July, 2023.
Yeah.
But, our dogs, they don't run out of time.
Nope.
And their journey never ceases to amaze me. Maybe he's here to finish all his rehab. I think that his home will come along when his home needs to come along, and he's making progress. He is so happy that, like when he sees Tyler, he loves him.
Nope.
Like he knows that guy makes me feel real good.
Have they seen each other yet this morning?
They have not.
Oh, good. So we're going to see all of the energy come out of Jalapeno. She just said something that's really important. That's so very true. There are animals that are here. We always say we don't want the animals brought back. Some people have done that. But one story in particular that hopefully you all followed was Justin. You broke my heart with what you wrote about that. It's just full circle. Like the animals, they just amaze me, their journey. So yeah, if you haven't followed his story, it was amazing. One of the best, really. She said she had to take some time before she wrote because it was so full circle emotional. The guy that ended up getting Justin lost a brother whose name was Justin.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And Justin was perfect. He's one of those dogs. Why are
Unicorn.
Unicorn. Why are you still here? Mm-hmm. They're waiting for their perfect home. And he got adopted and returned. And we were like, this doesn't make sense because he's perfect. Well, he came back like, I'm back. Like I had a great time. And when this gentleman met Justin for the first time, I mean, the go home picture is posted. It was like best friends.
Yes.
Best friend.
We showed that. And again, I just was like, that was such a God wink. If there's ever been one.
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
Yeah.
All right. So we were talking about the gala. How are things moving along with that?
Great. Sponsorships are closed.
Oh, okay.
We're still collecting items and ticket sales are on sale. So purchase your tickets. We're about halfway sold out. So
and it's October
19th.
I was right. I was like, wait, I have a brain fart.
Yep. Whitmore Country Club. Beautiful sit-down dinner, open bar. We have an animal communicator coming. We've got the dogs coming. Your MC, Steve Ewing Band. We've got it's going to be an amazing night.
So we mentioned last time that someone donated for Steve to perform, right?
Yes. Yep.
Thank you, by the way. So Steve, if you know The Urge, do you remember The Urge? Or do you know Steve's Hot Dogs? That's Steve. He's such a cool guy. Cool cat.
Yes.
Cats and dogs. See, they can get along. He'll be there with us that night. And halfway, as far as ticket sales, you mentioned you expect to sell out.
We expect to sell out. The venue holds 300. So, and this is our once a year fundraiser. And I don't know if you follow the Facebook post. So we just paid 2 months of vet bills that were almost $10,000. Wow. So we rely on this fundraiser to set what we can take for the following year. So. And
I think you've mentioned we actually showed receipts of bills when they bring in a rescue. If there's nothing wrong with the dog at all, just normal spay, neuter, get everything done with them. Cost how much?
About
$500. Yeah. So there you go, folks. So thank you to Kelsey and Ashlyn behind the scenes. They're dropping in links for you. If you want to say, oh, how can I help out? Donate. And then also buy the tickets to come to the gala. We're going to have a lot of fun with that for sure. Okay. Let's meet Tyler. Okay. So we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, Dr. Tyler, how do you pronounce his last name? Stahlman?
Stahlman.
Okay. Just want to sometimes it could be like Stahlman. I don't know.
Which I think is so funny because it's Stahlman because he works on horses. Like,
oh my God. I'm going to say, come on, Stahlman, get in here. Okay. That's hilarious. We're going to have the Stahlman coming in and we're going to feature Jalapeno as well. We're going to see how he's been doing and he is available for adoption. So today you might see him and go, that dog's for me. I hope so. All of that coming up here on The Real Monica Adams Show.
Discover your full potential with a personalized styling experience. Designing, customizing, and transforming the looks of men and women. Revamp your individual style and embrace what makes you, you. That's real confidence.
And welcome back. We are nearing, and you can probably feel it in the air, the close of the pool season, unfortunately. Anybody has a pool, you're always like, I know it's still August though, and I just told you the temperature is going back up this weekend, so get in the pool because the days are numbered, unfortunately. And how do you keep it crystal clear like that? You have to sure that you have the proper chemicals. Get those from our friends at Just Pools, the pool and spa specialist on the West Outer Road in Arnold. And again, if you've been thinking about pulling the trigger and having your own pool put in, I know I was talking to Madonna and she said that they had space. They may now have run out, but you can at least check with them to see if you can get a pool put into your backyard as early as next year, and then start designing that backyard oasis like that. You get your chairs, your table, you get the entire kitchen, maybe the water features. Sometimes people have pools and just kind of want to do an add-on to their current one and add some steps or a diving board. Maybe you want to slide. We used to have that when I was a kid. I'll never forget. My brother actually stood on top of the railings. I don't recommend this. Of the slide and dove in. My mom's like, yep, I remember that. And then he thought, can I get on top of the roof and dive into the pool? Crazy kids freaking their parents out, right? That's the inside of Just Pools, where you can get all of the fun toys, the flotation devices. I love those big noodles. And then it's hot tub season, so a ton of hot tubs are coming in as well. That's because they are spa specialists. So check them out. Again, support those that support us. Just Pools, the pool and spa specialist on the West Outer Road in Arnold. We love them, and I know you do as well. All right, welcome back, folks. So Stahlman, which is funny, that's what Jessica and I were just talking about, Dr. Tyler Stahlman, but she goes, isn't it funny? It's like, it looks like Stahlman and he works with horses in a stall.
Yeah, there you go.
Has she ever said that to you?
No.
Oh, see, it's now you are known as Stahlman.
Yeah, it's very fitting.
All right, so Dr. Tyler Stahlman, tell me a little bit about you. How long have you been doing this?
I've been in practice for roughly 4 years, a little bit over.
I had no idea. So I was talking about on Instagram that I think it's Dr. Bones. Do you know this guy? Have you ever seen him?
No,
He's like millions of followers. And I was laughing because, well, you experience it. When the animals get adjusted, they just look up and I'm like, oh my gosh, I feel so much better. Mm-hmm. And I think he's German because you hear him, like the dogs will look and he'll go, das gut, das gut. Yeah, yes, that's good. So I have followed that and I thought, I don't know, it was months ago, I said to Jessica, isn't it a shame we don't have that in our area? So it's this guy here that you're seeing in these pictures. And she goes, oh, we do. And I said, we have an animal chiropractor? And she goes, yeah, actually, I work with them. And I'm like, why didn't I know this? So we've been talking about wanting to bring you on for a while now. You work primarily with horses, is that correct? Or all animals?
Primarily with horses, dogs, and then I still treat people as well.
And so when did the two of you start working together?
So the individual that she takes riding lessons with is somebody that I know, and we work together. And she actually introduced me to Jessica. And so that's how we got to start to know each other. And then I've worked on Jessica a few times, and then she actually asked me if I would help the rescue dogs here during my free time. And so I said I would, and that's kind of how the relationship started.
So how do the rescues take to you? And I mean, again, it's all about trust, but this is not, they're not in their own home. There's so much in the environment, so many things that are going on. Is it harder with a rescue than someone that's already got a dog within their own home?
Actually, I'd probably say it's easier here. I think it's a more relaxed environment. I usually work at a vet clinic, a Starkey Vet Clinic in Lawndale. And sometimes I get a little nervous coming into the vet clinic, I think just because of all the needles and just they think they're there to get shots and stuff like that. So when I come here, we kind of have like this area here to work in. And I just think it's more relaxing for them. Well,
that's good to hear that. If you're just tuning in, Dr. Tyler Stahlman, we are talking about chiropractic for your dogs. So Jalapeno, was he one of the very first ones you worked with?
He was one of the first ones. He came in, not able to walk in the hind end at all. Little bit of sensation back there. But you could tell he still had like a little bit of movement in his hind legs. So I knew that, well, at least there's like something to save if there's some nerve innervation that's still there. So, it's never a guarantee when you work on a dog to be able to get all function back. But, if they have some sensation back there, then, you can try to do something.
Yeah, if you've got anything to work with, there's hope, right? We all want hope. So with Jalapeno, I've been watching his story and his progress that you've had. He's super fast on those wheels, but now he doesn't want them anymore. He runs himself around. We're gonna have him come in here in just a bit. You've been working with him not only in the adjustments, but water therapy. She was just mentioning that they have a sling on him now. But what kind of progress have you seen? And I'm sure you're really proud of the work you've done with him, because that's hopefully going to get him a home. I mean, I know he's been here for so long, but we're hoping to be able to get him a home because of the progress you've had.
Yeah. So when we first started with him, he could hardly use his hind legs at all. And then shortly after the first treatment, he started to do much, much better, show a little more signs of actually being able to move his hind legs. And sorry.
That's okay.
And I think he's been improving ever since then.
How many other rescues have you worked with here?
Quite a few, yeah. Probably 10, 15 of them. Yeah.
Okay, so I know he probably smells you. I hear you're his best friend. So Jalapeno is just outside. We're going to let him know that his buddy's here, and then we're going to show you some of the things that he can do. So Jalapeno's going to come in. Watch, he's going to get so excited. I know that for a fact. He's going to be like, my buddy, my buddy, my buddy. All right. Look is it your best friend?
He's looking good.
Hi, Jalapeno.
Looking good.
Jalapeno. Let's, so I've got Kelsey behind the camera. I'm going to have you, there we go. Okay, yeah, he's going to be fast, so you got to get on him quick. There he is. Okay, so this is the best friends together, and he's going to show us some of the work that he can do on him. Dr. Tyler Stahlman again with Jalapeno. And let's see the adjustment. We're going to come down with the camera just a bit. There we go. We can see him on the face. All right. So, he's so in love. He's like, my buddy's here. If you're just tuning in, this is Jalapeno, who again has been here since July of last year in a lot of love, but he would love a home. Okay. So I'm going to let you do your thing. Yep.
Yeah, so usually I kind of just get him and support him in the hind end there. And we'll just kind of walk through what we're looking for. So you're usually looking for any sign of pain, especially with him, since he has like a little lack of sensation and ability to move his hind legs. We're going to kind of focus more in the lower part of the back and then through the pelvic area, through the sacral nerves and lower lumbar nerves. And so we kind of just palpate on them, see if there's any tender spots. So kind of right in there, he's a little tender. You can kind of see him wince a little bit.
Uh-huh.
So then we just kind of get on the little segment there and give him a little adjustment. Hold on, buddy. He's very rowdy this morning. Hold on, buddy.
There's a lot going on in here. He's like, I want to play with my friends.
Yeah, so you just kind of scan through his back. And kind of right in there, there's a little lack of mobility. So again, we'll just kind of get on that segment. Give him a little adjustment.
Don't try this at home.
Took years
You're
of
like, I can
training.
do that? No.
Years of training.
Exactly.
It's harder than it looks. We make it look easy.
What do you think, buddy? His ears just went back. He's like, yeah, I'm excited. Yeah, right? So the audience that's here said that they're watching his ears. And I'm also listening to his breathing and how all that just calms down.
Yeah, and then we can do like a little bit of massage work back here.
Oh, massage feels good, Jalapeno, huh? Look at that face. He's just such a sweet boy. Jessica, how old is he?
He's 5.
5 years old.
He's actually looking really good.
He does. Since I've seen him last time, I mean, you can really tell the work that you've been doing with him and the progress that he's had.
Yeah, you can. So if you like look at his hind end here and his alignment here.
Yep.
He's definitely started to fill in more with his hind end. So he's getting a little more of his muscle tone back. It can actually kind of extend him out through here, where before he was kind of balled up and guarded. So he's definitely progressing.
Yeah, that's actually what I'm seeing. And I've only met Jalapeno a few times, but I was looking at just, I guess this might be coming more from like the personal training side, is looking at alignment, looking at, oh, look at it. He's like, give him a kiss. I like that.
And what we've noticed is his front gait has completely changed. He's no longer standing very bull-legged,
Right.
like supporting, putting extra weight on there. He's becoming more natural, narrow, which is allowing him then to stand properly and kick those back legs underneath him. And that's where he's started doing all the standing. So
Yeah, absolutely. Those are all the things that I'm seeing. Are you still adjusting him, or now we're massaging him? Is he done adjusted?
I'm kind of just massaging his front end. So usually, like, since he has a hind end issue, we know he's going to overload in the front end.
Yeah.
Kind of that compensation pattern. So I usually kind of give him some TLC in the front, a little bit of massage work, kind of work in through his neck.
So one of his friends is out there saying, I want to be next.
yes, that would be a husky waiting for the groomer to show up.
Oh, there it is. What do you think, bud? He's getting the full works. You know, it's like when you go in through a car wash and you're like, I want it all. Jalapeno ordered it all today. Oh my gosh, he looks so good, Jessica. Fantastic. All right, he's going to continue to give him a massage. We're visiting again with Dr. Tyler Stahlman, one of the animal chiropractors that Jessica works with her horses, and now he works with the rescues here, which is just super cool. We're going to take a quick break, and then we'll come back and we'll visit more with the Stahlman and Jessica, and we'll talk more about the wonderful work again that they do right here at Yuppy Puppies. It's Pawsitive Talk time here on The Real Monica Adams Show. Everyone knows about Jody's balls, and why is that?
I have the best ball.
Oh my God. Oh, wait. He wants to say, I can't believe I took your son's life. I don't know what I was thinking. I have so much regret and remorse. I've changed my life. Would you accept that apology?
I've never thought of that. Yeah, I would.
Do you think, because you talk about forgiveness, do you think that you all can ever forgive one another and come back together?
It wasn't just right. I'm not perfect. Just because my name is Bush, I don't have it all figured out. And I think they know that too.
I was cyclically depressed, so I could be the happiest person you ever met at 11 a.m. I could be on cloud 9, and by 7 p.m. that evening, I'd be sitting on a couch with a gun in my hand. I mean, hard not to get emotional. I
never feel sorry for being emotional.
I really, I was at a space to where I couldn't believe that I had brought my children into this.
Where's the light? Because many of you probably feel that there's this darkness and there's this thunder cloud that's constantly over you. This family has dealt with so much.
So our journey is our journey. There has to be purpose in this pain. There has to be something more powerful. I have to find something to be blessed about every day. I have to count my blessings and have gratitude every single day.
And welcome back. If you're just tuning in, again, it's the Real Monica Adams Show, and this is Jalapeno. If you've never seen Jalapeno, we introduced you to him a while back, and then hopefully you follow Yuppy Puppy online on all their socials. I want to thank Kelsey again, manning the camera. Look at how calm he is now. If you just tuned in, you missed Dr. Tyler Stahlman doing some adjustments on him, and truly, I mean, Jessica, I see a remarkable change in him from structure of muscles to alignment. And the biggest thing that I saw was how his legs used to be really, really bowed. Honestly, this is an amazing change.
Look at his eyes, how they're slow blinking right now, and he's totally relaxed. So it's good for his muscles to just get that downtime. He is a dog that's like, where are we going? What are we doing? And in the morning, he has the most energy, and he looks like he's ready to
go to
take
sleep.
a nap.
Yeah, you mentioned that he was really, really energetic. And I'm like, he's going to come flying in here, which he did when he saw his buddy, Dr. Tyler. But then immediately it's that association of, oh, but he's the one that's going to make me feel good. How often does he work with Jalapeno?
We haven't had him out, I would say maybe like a couple months. But what Tyler is so great about too is how we talked about adjustments, but then things that he teaches us to do to kind of rehab him. Like the sling was a really big thing for him to get him to use that a little bit of muscles and short stints of it.
Mm-hmm.
So massage and kind of everything where the areas where we know Dr. Tyler said he was like sore or what to kind of work on. We've been doing that, lots of water therapy. So it's definitely a maintenance thing.
Look at he just is so happy. Jalapeno, you are so different from what I saw last time. You've done remarkable work with Dr. Tyler. Thank you for everything that you're, not just for Jalapeno, but all the rescues that you have been working with. We'll visit with him a little bit more. We're going to look at some pictures that are from some of the other rescues, because Dr. Tyler was saying he works with many rescues here.
Yeah, absolutely. And Tyler's been so great. Sometimes he just will stop by and say, hey, is there anybody that could use my, and then of course we'll call him. That was Hector, who since has passed away. But he made a huge improvement on him, and the owner continued to follow up once adopted. And, it's just that he had like that weird kind of funky build, and same thing. We noticed the improvement as the more natural gait kind of improved with him.
And again, he can come in and sit on the pretty pink couch and do his work. Tyler, you look good on the pink couch. So again, several rescues. If somebody is wanting
and this one, so that, it's not, she was adopted. So he was a young dog, necessarily didn't have, anything maybe structurally wrong with him, but there's dogs that are so, when you meet them and you can tell they're pent up, they're full of that stress. So just by doing some pressure point movement, that calming, sometimes the rescues come in and it's not all getting them to, chase the ball and keep moving. It's teaching them to relax their muscles thoroughly. And so that makes a huge difference too.
Absolutely. And one of the things that I mentioned about 15, 20 minutes ago is not just from a structural standpoint, and I can actually have Tyler talk a little bit more about this, because for yourself, when you go in and you get adjusted, you probably run to a chiropractor when you say, oh my gosh, my back hurts or my neck hurts. Right. But you shouldn't wait till that aspect, right? It's all about prevention, but not just from a structural standpoint. Dr. Tyler, can you talk about what chiropractic does for our organs, right? It's also about the inner health of us.
Yeah, so when we look at the nerves that run through the spinal cord and come out of the spinal cord, they all have a connection not only to the muscles in your body, but then they also have connections into your internal organs. So we always kind of look at that influence there. So if there's a little bit of restriction of movement in the joint itself that needs restored, once you adjust that, we kind of look at that as like opening up the pathway to that nerve and taking that relief off, reducing inflammation.
He's going to fall asleep on you. You've done good today, Tyler. But yeah, I mean, and I mentioned that people shouldn't wait until all of a sudden there's an injury. Can you break through the stigma, though, of people saying, oh, whatever, chiropractors just want us to come to them for life?
Yeah, so like my number one goal is to have each of my patients be able to kind of take care of themselves. Mm-hmm. So like the initial visit, I'm going to scan you through, look for any restrictions. We'll look at like your overall function and movement. We'll get you adjusted, of course, but then we'll also look at what muscles may be tense and tight, and then what exercises we can do to progress that along. And then you take those exercises home with you, do those at home, and hopefully I don't have to see you again.
Right. So it really is. And you want to talk a little bit more about that?
I do. So for instance, whenever I know I'm sore, or when you're riding a horse, a leg is crunching up or something, and it's really a partnership. Tyler can look at the horse and say, well, he's collapsing on this side. I'm going to need an adjuster. Let's work on this. And then the same with me. And I'm a mirror image of my horse. So when my horse is having issues maybe with his left hip, I was also having issues with my left hip. So by adjusting both of us, and it's always something that I don't think it is. Like if I think, I feel it in my left hip, Tyler does something to my right hip and my back, and I'm like, well, you fixed that. And he's like, well, that's because it was connected to this and it was over here. So it's just, it's something great if you're an equestrian too, for that total pairing, because you guys, it's such a connection when you're riding a horse that both of you need to be in sync.
Yep, that's synergy, right? And it is interesting that you say, oh, my shoulder hurts. And then you go to the doctor and like, well, why are you working over here? Because that's where it's stemming from, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, again, kind of like that mirror image effect. Anything that we have misaligned or over recruiting is going to directly affect the horse. And then even vice versa. Sometimes the horse can even kind of put you into a little hole that you can't seem to get out of. So,
again, if you're just tuning in, this is Dr. Tyler Stahlman that you're seeing, and Jalapeno that he's been working with. So is Jalapeno done?
Jalapeno's all done. Yeah.
He's not going to move though. I think he's relaxed in your lap.
I think he's happy.
Jessica, normally he'd be flying around. Did he eat breakfast already this morning?
He did eat breakfast.
Is he going to go back for a nap?
I think he is.
You've done a really good job. So Dr. Tyler, if somebody is watching today and thinking, wow, he's doing remarkable work with these rescues, and we would be interested in maybe have him work with horses or our dogs, et cetera, how would they get in touch with you?
I have a website, eliteequineandriderperformance.com.
Say that again.
eliteequineandriderperformance.com.
Okay. So my team that is dropping in comments, Michelle and Ashlyn working kind of hand in hand on this. If you can drop that in for us, that way they can just click it in the moderation. That would be great. And then we'll tag him also. You've been a pleasure.
You also have a Facebook page, don't you?
I did. I think we're reworking it, so I took it down.
So the website, the best.
Yeah.
Okay. So Jalapeno, thank you for making an appearance, and go ahead and go to sleep. You are all adjusted for the day. Dr. Tyler Stahlman, again, seek him out. I mean, you're doing remarkable work here. And obviously, as you can tell, he can do the same with your animals as well. Okay, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll visit more with Jessica and get some updates on other great things that they're doing here. And I can't forget, I'm so glad that Marilyn told me she dropped off a book, I guess, that's here. Do you know about that? Don't let me forget, because we read from these. They're Sarah Young books. If you know Sarah Young, she unfortunately passed, but she's the one that gives us those beautiful devotionals. And Jesus Speaks. What is it? Yeah, there's multiple ones. I don't know what the one, well, we'll check. She dropped a new one off for me, and she said chapter 13 has to do with being kind, which is what we always talk about. So we'll check in on that, and we'll actually maybe read from that today at the end of the show. So we were talking about emceeing and auctioneering the gala coming up October 19th. And if you are a business and you have an event coming up, take a look at this.
Come on, Monica. Let's go, St. Louis. Turn and burn. Hello, Miss Monica. Monica.
Hi, guys. This is a good one. Sometimes you spend like 10 years and you don't got one like this.
Hi, Monica.
It's a feast. It's like a 17-course meal. You're just like, you need a minute. With wine. With a wine pairing. And a whiskey pairing.
That is what. There it is.
I think I just have the most beautiful experience. I saw fireworks.
Thank you, Monica, for making our day.
Welcome back. I'm actually going to show this. We just said that he might fall asleep. However, watch. Nope. He just said, I just needed a little break. Oh, wait. Oh, of course. Jalapeno. Okay, here. Oh, no, now he's relaxed again. Jalapeno is on screen. He was just adjusted. I swear. You're making me look like a liar, Jalapeno. He was just, here he goes. There he is. He's flying around here. Look how quickly. Kelsey's like, I can't keep up with this dog. So he just got adjusted. He's feeling his best. He's had breakfast. Look at how fast he is. He's playing with my mom and Jenny and Dr. Tyler and Jessica. He is so in his happy place right now. Okay, so the new book, by the way, that we're going to read from. Okay, it's called Love the Life You Have. Oh, this isn't Sarah Young. So Jesus Calling. But I think there's another one too, isn't there? I believe. Anyway, oh, look it. That looks gorgeous.
Yeah.
The sun beating down on him. Nice shot, Kelsey. Good job. All right, so Jessica, tell me, what does it make you feel like when you see just how happy your rescues are and the love that Jalapeno has this morning?
That's what it's all about.
Yep.
So when we take on a dog, our goal is to improve the quality of life the best way possible, to make them, all their resources and needs are met if we can do anything to better them. And obviously him having a health condition, we knew taking that on, we're going to do whatever it takes to make him thrive to the best of his ability.
Absolutely. And that's the thing, you want to find a home for these babies, but until they can, they are in incredible care here. I love what you and your staff, just the passion that you have. How many people do you have on staff here?
We have about 48 between full-time and part-time.
And again, of all ages, there's people that do this maybe on the side and just they want to be with the animals. They want to give them the best love. I mean, I look at your social media pages and everyone is just beaming with pride of, look at our next one got adopted, our next one got adopted, this and that. Did you just get 2 new dogs in? They're little white dogs.
We got quite a few.
Oh, you did?
We got quite a few in, but
goodness.
yes, we have a bonded pair of Maltese Yorkies. Susie Q and Macy, they have a meeting today.
Oh.
So they're bonded pair. Their owner passed away.
Oh. You have, one of the things that we've talked about is we love to give you updates to say this one got adopted, that one got adopted. And then what happens, it makes room. If they can, they bring in more. So it's always a full deck here.
It's always a full deck but again, we rely on resources. Yep. So we know funding, when we took on a dog like Jalapeno, we knew we were going to have to get specialty checks, possible surgery, all the things, the rehab stuff. So, when one goes home, if we have the spot and the resources, we take another one in, and we have a waiting list that I don't know is even how long to get in. Yeah.
Well, and that's really the story. We're looking at Jalapeno again. That's the story of rescues all over, and you all work together, right? If one rescue can't take one in, then you're like, hey, can you?
Absolutely. So it's all about, it's not, can this rescue take this dog or no one's taking this dog? Like, for instance, Huskies don't do well here. They would do better in a foster home rescue or a large constant playtime area. But the ones that usually that's why we specialize in the owners' dogs who are passed away, because they're treated like clients. They're used to this. And then we're fine with when dogs need training and all those things. But if there is we work really closely with Tracy from Second Chance Ranch. Mm-hmm. If there's an extreme senior that needs to be in a very, a bed, couch, home-like environment, all those things, even more medical care, we transfer to her, or we'll say, hey, can you tag this one? I'll tag that one. So everybody's working together, and it's a crisis right now that we're in Missouri that I've never seen before. Mm-hmm.
I'm guaranteeing, I'm not looking at the comments just yet, but I bet you, if you haven't said it yet, I'll be surprised. I'm surprised no one has said, oh, yeah, Jesus listens. That's what I thought. Jesus, always, and many others. I thought so, Marilyn. Thank you so much. I'm surprised. I'll go back and look, but I'm surprised no one is saying, well, if that's your mom, look at how much he loves your mom, and maybe Mama Jackie should adopt him.
We're going to get her a dog yet. We're getting you a dog yet. That zing will happen.
Oh, now he likes Jenny. Jenny, do you need a dog? No, she said. Let's get some updates on some of the dogs that you might have been following. So I mentioned last time, Karen, who I haven't met in person, but Karen, is Karen here or at the other location?
Karen's not here. Karen's still in boot camp.
Tell them about Karen. I wish I had a picture of Karen.
So Karen is a almost 2-year-old Yorkie, or
Corgi, right?
Corgi, who was
Boot
probably the cute, fluffy butt puppy, and now she's a full-blown teenager on her way to adult, and she wants to talk to the manager all the time. She was just a dog that had no boundaries. Their breed is very independent anyway, and from what we can tell, there was no how we talk about when a toy is given or tug, there needs to be that out. This is my toy. I'm letting you borrow. She thinks everything is hers. She's doing great though in training. So she's no longer resource guarding. She is dog friendly, but she still has that natural, if you run, I'm going to bite going to herd you, because that's just what they do. Yep. So we're just kind of allowing her to still be her breed and finding things that she can have an outlet, but also helping her make good decisions. Yep. And she's just going to need a home that knows that she's not going to be able to be the free for all dog, because she will just, it'll be Karen's world and you'll be living in it. So it's important to have, those boundaries and make it fun. And it's not mean. It's one of those, having a relationship with a dog.
Well, and again, you don't want to be doing all this work with her and then someone adopts her and then goes backwards. And you're like, well, I tried to tell you that we set her up for success.
We told you about Karen. We told you.
So how long will she be in boot camp?
She's actually accepting applications, but she's just continually being in boot camp until that time comes. And that's one of the things that we do when an application comes through that would be ideal for her. They will be part of that boot camp. We're going to do training lessons during the meet and greet to show you the tools that we have put on Karen to have that transition be a success. And then Yuppy Puppy offers 50% off training, which we suggest to do about 2 weeks after adoption. Let that kind of routine set in, but also not enough to where if there was any naughty behavior starting, we can help kind of put those boundaries back in place for you.
Yeah, and that's the thing. If you've never been to Yuppy Puppy Pet Spa, again, Cottleville and the O'Fallon location, we're trying to keep up with Jalapeno. Now he's back to his best friend. So now he's coming down again. He's just like running around between everybody that's in here, falling in love. So they get so much love, as you are seeing here. So throughout the day, they might be outside. It's absolutely gorgeous. Over the last couple of days, I bet you've had the animals out a ton over the last few days, right?
Absolutely. So all of our rescues, so no matter what, they're treated like our guests. So they get 4 walks a day, lots of treats. They all get training sessions. And then we have separate rescue pool time and playtime and outings and adventures, and because that's part of what we're doing. They think it's a great time, but when we take them in a car to go get a snack, we're working on a dog that maybe hadn't had very many car rides. So that's all part of training experiences, from textures and sounds and all kinds of things.
He is really in love today. My goodness, you're getting a lot of love. He's like, yes, I'm the star. If you are interested in finding out more about Jalapeno, we have always posted, and I'm sure they've probably done that already, the link that you can click on to look at all the dogs that are available here at Yuppy Puppy, and then also fill out an application to do a meet and greet. One of the things that we really love and why we did this collaboration with Jessica is she's not going to say, oh, just come walking in off the street and you want to adopt a dog? Yeah, here's a dog. No way. There's a big screening process that goes through before you ever get to bring that dog to your forever home.
Absolutely. Something that's happening right now is our little puppy Tracy. She's about 7 months old, and a family, it's a mom, dad, they are expecting twins, and they have a kindergartner, and they've have only had a senior tiny Pekingese. And so they want a puppy to get to grow up with all the kids. But when when we brought in Tracy, so there's kind of expectations of, when we brought Tracy in, of course, she's being a little girl. There's a puppy. She's jumping and screaming. Sure. And Tracy went from being this puppy to, what is that? So we've done 3 or 4 meet and greets, and we've talked about incorporating, making it fun for the little girl. Be like, oh, if you met somebody for the first time and they screamed in your face and all these things. So educating and working with, and so the family can hear too, like, this might be a problem if your daughter chases the puppy when they're trying to get away.
Sure.
And so they have gone through the process, and hopefully she's going home Friday, but we thank them for not just coming in and being like, I want this puppy. We seen something that could potentially have been a return. So
Right.
they went through us and they bought a crate. We had them send a picture of a crate. They've met with the trainer. So all the things. And now the little girl is, we had her bring some treats and all these things. So it's a process because we want it to be forever.
Right. It's not about, oh, well, this didn't work out. And we have to erase the mindset that we've been talking about, which is, well, if it doesn't work out, I'll return them. No, you've got to take that out of the equation altogether. You are bringing them into your home for or forever. It's a child. You wouldn't, I hope, you wouldn't say, I don't want this kid. I'm just going to drop the kid off. So folks, understand that. All right. I want to thank again, Dr. Tyler Stahlman, Jessica Cooke, and of course, the wonderful Jalapeno. Oh, look at, he's like, that's my name. Jalapeno, thank you so much for making an appearance today. Kelsey's giving a little back rub. He's in love today, getting all of his massages. He's already been adjusted and he's ready to start his day. To all of you, I thank you as well. We're going to take one final break and then I'm going to see what I want to pull from Love the Life You Have, 100 Ways to Embrace God's Goodness. And Marilyn, I love you. Thank you so much. So Marilyn said, yeah, this book is not a Sarah Young, but you will love it. It is in it's in a red gift bag. Did not have a Monica blue bag. That's okay. We've got it and we'll read from it, Marilyn. Thank you so much. We'll be right back.
She's a special woman and done so much for St. Louis.
Watching her work is one of the most incredible things you can see.
She just sees value in everyone.
Sometimes people just need you to sit with them and hear them. I feel heard.
The time flew by and it was like sitting and talking to a friend.
Not only creating a better place here in St. Louis, but to inspire others. It's always great to have examples like you.
You have such a light and such a presence, and I could feel it this morning.
We knew right away when you started this, we wanted to be on your show. Thanks for having us.
And I look forward to seeing how you rock and roll and shake it up.
Oh, and we're shaking it. Actually, come here, Mom. I'll show everybody Mama Jackie. I hope you all enjoyed the promo. I think I saw earlier that people were saying, great job, Michelle. Yeah, she not only put together the promo of Mom and Mon. Okay, look, I got to adjust the camera because you're so tiny. Look, we did not plan this. You put white and red on, and I have white and burgundy on. We look like we have our uniforms on today.
Yes.
Love you, Mama. Thanks for coming out. We're going to go to breakfast, everybody. I hope you have some good nutrients. Marilyn gave you a Sarah Young Jesus Calling book also that you read from, right?
Yes.
Yeah, she's so sweet. Again, just gifting us and giving back, and that's what life is all about, right? It is just pay it forward. And that's what she did. So we're going to wrap up with this. It's called Be Kind, which is what I ask you to do every day. The smallest of kindness is worth more than the greatest intention. Kindness is learned, and it's never too late to learn. Children who learn to be helpful and considerate, who do little acts of kindness like opening doors for others, writing thank you notes, speaking words of encouragement, they become kind, caring adults. And every act of kindness has the potential to prompt another and another and another. So open your eyes, look all around you. Opportunities to practice kindness are everywhere. And when you recognize someone in need and step in to help, it brings you nearer to others and makes you an essential part of your community. And that leads to great contentment. What is at least one act of kindness that you could do today? Think about that. And as the kids go home, they're probably already at school, but when they come home from school, ask them, what did you do that was kind today? And if they didn't do anything, maybe they were the bully, stop that and ask them to do one act of kindness the next day, and then make it habitual. Make it your goal today to bring more kindness into the world. I love this, Marilyn. Thank you. Love the life you have. 100 ways to embrace God's goodness. She just keeps loading me up with more and more content that I can share with each and every one of you. All right, we're going to go back outside before we wrap up. And there he is. You've loved him today, haven't you?
Yes,
Isn't he a sweetie?
He is a sweetie.
So Jalapeno is so fast. Kelsey's trying to keep track of him. He wanted to get outside. He is available for adoption like all these wonderful rescues. I want you to check out Yuppy Puppies Forever Rescue. Diane just said hi, Mom. Yuppy Puppies Forever Rescue and Yuppy Puppy Pet Spa. So if you need grooming for your animals, you need boarding. Again, this is like a pet resort. It's just absolutely incredible. Diane said there are so many lost pets in our area. Don't know why it's happening. Seems like every day. Well, that's horrible. But the great thing is that is what these rescues are for. They try to get them back together with their owners. And if they can't find an owner, then they have them here to take care of them. But that also is a good way for us to wrap up, to talk about how important it is to microchip your dogs, have tags on them so they can be reunited with you. All right, everybody, thank you so much. We've had a wonderful time with you today. Love the fact that Mom is here. We've got a full house. Jenny Egan's here with us, Kelsey Oglesby, Ashlyn Cross, Michelle Harmon at home, Jessica Cooke, of course, and Dr. Tyler Stahlman, and all the babies that need you to adopt them. We want you to be kind to the babies as well, the fur babies.
Fur babies.
You're a what do I call you? You're a fur grandma. Let's just say that. I always say, you want to go see, and they get their ears perked up, don't they? You want to go to grandma's house? Yes, I do. And the tails wag. Everybody, I love you so much. I hope you've had a wonderful day today, and we'll see you again tomorrow morning. God bless you all. And remember to
be kind.
You did it.